There you go.
Yeah. So I'm just starting the recording now. So
Oh,
some of my clients like to get the recording straight away, and others, they're not fussed, and I'll give them like, or give all of them to them at like the end of the coaching. So it's really, it's up to you, right? If we have a call and you're like, I'd really like to go back and listen to it, let me know. And then I will send you some core notes after each session as well on what I call soul work, basically. Like actionable tasks that you and I will come up with together, generally, or stuff that I feel I'll suggest for you to do yourself as well. But obviously, I'm not going to give you anything that feels, well, I might not push you. I might encourage you to do some stuff. But I'm not going to give you stuff which is not worth it. I'm not going to just give you shit for the sake of it, is what I'm trying to say. In a roundabout way. But you'll get, generally within 48 hours, you'll get an email from me, which will just touch on your actions as well. So if you forget what we speak about, don't worry about it.
Awesome. I'm a big note taker, so I'll be.
Well, yeah, and you can take notes yourself as well. So I just want to drop into honoring you for, like, I know this is big and this is probably scary, and, you know, a thing for you to obviously extend your financial realms, you know, moving into this coaching. So I just really want to honor you, because that's big. And I know what it's like, and I know how scary it can be when you're like, I know I need to do this, but I don't have the money, and I don't want to go and, you know, extend myself. So that's big. Like that's a big commitment for the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
Which you really get to honor and be proud of, and just know that big things are going to shift for you through this process. And so I encourage all of my clients to utilize me as much as they want over the 3 months. There's no, the only, I wouldn't say rules, but the boundaries on my side is I'll get back to you generally within 24 hours, but you'll probably notice it's sooner. But sometimes I could be busy, or I might be thinking about it, or might be in my own process. So
good.
You can reach out whenever you want. If it's 3 a.m, I might reply, I might not. Who knows with my sleeping schedule. But the more you utilize, I guess, the outside of the cause, which I know that you will, whereas I've had some clients that are real people pleasers, and they're like, oh, I was too scared, I didn't want to reach out, blah, 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 or I saw it was your birthday, or I don't know, I saw you going through something on social media. I'm like, hey, I'm going to share my social media shit. It's up to you. If I can't be there to support, I'll let you know. If I'm ever going through something like really deep, then I might say, look, I might need to move a call.
Moment, yeah.
But you'll know, right? You know, it's generally something that I could be shifting through that I don't feel I'm capable of, you know, giving at that time. So, yeah, I actually do have Signal. I just had a look. Did you want to use Signal?
Yeah, I just, just privacy kind of stuff with everything that's happening. I think I'd much prefer. Yep. You can actually download Signal on your laptop if you use it.
No, I got it on my phone. I didn't realize I used to talk to an ex-boyfriend years ago.
Yeah.
no doubt that was about the wrong thing, clearly. But we had disappearing messages, so I don't know if that's what you want, or you want to.
No, not. I just, it feels, Signal just feels a bit more secure than the other.
Just add me. Well, I don't even know how you add. Just add me on Signal. I'm on there. And if for some reason, because I haven't been using it, maybe there's something you send me that you need support with, just send me a private message and say, hey, I sent you a message on Signal.
Do you not get notifications? Or?
I honestly, I haven't used it for like 2 years, so I'll probably turn it on.
I don't think I have your number.
Oh, is it do you need the phone numbers for Signal?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll send it to you after the call.
Yep. Cool.
Well, I'll give it to you now.
Yeah.
0404 758 237.
0404 758 237.
Yeah. Actually, I'm just going to bring up your questionnaire on my phone because it's so much harder on the laptop. Give me a sec.
So I just sent you a message on Signal.
Oh, there we go. Accept. There we go.
Cool.
I'm just bringing up your questionnaire on the phone. So there we go. So this session's going to be longer. The first session always is, because I like to dive into kind of creating a plan. And then the following sessions are generally around 60 minutes, give or take. I'm not going to hang up on you on a call, but this one generally goes for like 90 minutes just while we're going through the ins and outs kind of thing. So let me bring this up. And obviously, if there's anything that comes up or I trigger you at any point during the coaching, it could happen. It's pretty normal. Then feel free to let me know rather than not let me know, because sometimes, you know, people might feel triggered by their coach and they say nothing. And then, so you might get triggered. You might not.
I'm already being triggered. But
Right.
in a good way.
Then we can work through the triggers. If you're not triggered by your coach, then something's wrong. No,
you're with the wrong coach.
As long as it's not every time you speak, you're like, fuck. So how are you feeling about everything anyway, on a scale of 0 to 10? Like, give me a few words.
I'm feeling almost like relief.
Yeah.
It's like everything that you're saying to me, I say to my clients. So it's kind of nice to like be receiving that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just time, you know. I'm just done.
You've so got this. Like this, it's time for things to shift. Like this is it. It's time, right? Because you don't want to keep repeating these cycles and patterns and, you know, all of that. Well, I mean, you can if you want, right? But I don't think that's kind of where you want to end up at the end of the year. And so how committed are you to making the changes?
I know this isn't going to answer your question, but it feels like there's like this rewriting that needs to happen. Like I can feel the old neural systems that are like clogged up. So it's like it just like, you know, I was feeling into it today and it's just like they're like cemented. It feels like they're cemented into my brain. And it's just like that I'm just done with that. So yeah, I'm committed to oh God, it makes me want to vomit. Getting rid of that. Creating space for this life that actually wants to come in.
What do you see could be your blocks in this process?
Probably that cemented kind of, or it feels like cement.
Mindset?
Yeah. Or just those, I feel those neural pathways. It's just like, it's just heavy and just like the foot on the brake, accelerator and clutch at the same time. Rather than just like taking it all off and just going.
Yeah, so if I can share, the thing that I feel could hinder you is the consistency, which is something that if you give me permission, I can, you know, hold you accountable. And what this could look like at times is, hey, Han, I haven't seen you post on social media for a while. Is everything all right? You know, because what you need to know about me is I watch everything my clients do. I see everything, and I'll support and comment where I can.
Yeah.
If I'm online, kind of thing. So I have had many clients say, "Oh my God, I can't miss anything with you." And so, you know, that's what it may look like at times, or it may look like, "Hey, I saw that post, it was friggin' amazing, but here's some feedback," or, you know, little things like that kind of thing to help you to be more seen, so that you can obviously get the leads and, you know, attract the clients that you want. So consistency is something I do really fucking well, even through a lot of my own processes. No matter what, I tend to just be consistent. And so it served me really well in my own business. Do you know what human design you are?
No,
You don't
woman.
know?
I'm a
Sorry?
woman.
No, you're a human design?
No.
Have you never heard of human design? Oh my God. So human design is something that I stepped into last year. Actually, it's something all the ladies in my mastermind are getting a session. And so it's really fucking good because it tells you there's like 4 human designs. There's 4 human design types, and that gives me an idea on how you work because I know a little bit about them. Sometimes people that are a certain human design or blueprint, consistency can be hard for them. And that's why I was curious, because I'm what you call a generator. So consistency just is easy. But then there's other types. Might be interesting. There's like a free human design quiz, I think, that you can do, but you need your time of birth. Do you have?
Yep.
Yeah. And so the reason I like to know this is because a couple of my clients are they're a human design of a certain thing, and consistency is hard. So I know how to work with them on that. Because what I don't want to do is, obviously, I don't want to push you to the point where you're just, you know, showing up for the sake of it, right? Because that's not effective. But there's a way to work with the different human design. So one of your soul work tasks is going to be to research and find out what your human design is, which is going to give me a very basic idea. If you were to ever have a reading, then it's like someone reading your soul. It's mind-blowing. And so you can find out a little bit about your human design. It's based on astrology. It's based on, it's scientific, it's energetic, like it's mind-blowing and so I know how to work in my business now with my human design. So that's one of your little pieces of homework, will just be do a bit of research. I should be able to find you the link where you can put in your details, and it will give you a rough idea of your human design. Wow, I'm surprised you haven't heard of it, but I'm glad that you've heard of it now.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I love to know, because then it helps me to know how to work with my clients, rather than, if you're not a generator, then I'll understand that consistency might be hard for you.
Sure.
Different ways. So, so you're saying the rewriting, the mindset stuff, anything else you feel might kind of, I guess, be a challenge that we're going to overcome together?
Sure. I guess, like, for example, like that time on the land, there was just a lot of drama and it just threw me off. So I guess anything that's kind of like, I can be derailed, you know, with a lot of drama.
One thing, I didn't get to this point with drama. I had to cut out everything that was, my boundaries became so solid and healthy that I pissed a lot of people off along the way, but then I didn't really care. Yeah, that's another thing I probably noticed a little bit about you, is that you can get derailed and you can have one idea and then this idea and that idea and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I'm fucking over. And that's what I would really love to do with you. Just fucking one thing, one clear fucking thing, and just go for it.
So one thing I want you to get into the habit of asking every single day when something comes forward to you, whether it's an idea, a person asking you to go out, a man asking you to go on a date, someone asking you to go to the land. I don't give a shit, right? Whatever it is, I want you to ask this question: is this serving my bigger vision? Someone asks you to do something when you're like, oh, I probably shouldn't because it could cause drama, or, I really want to focus on my work, or I don't know, right? You get to have both. So obviously you don't need to just have one, but I think for you, it's just making better choices sometimes. That in the moment it feels good because maybe you want a quick release or relief, or, you want a distraction, but it's sending you in this fucking loop, right? This loop, then you're having to recover from the disempowering stuff that could have potentially happened in those times.
Yep, nailed it.
So really, it's all about you. This year is all about you. And anything that doesn't serve that bigger vision has to fucking go. I don't give a shit. It has to go. Or it has to be put to the side for a while until you get to that point where you can start giving your time and energy. So what's your word for this year? Have you got one?
I feel like it's something around like aloha, like Hawaii.
I want a strong, powerful word that every day you're going to think about and embody.
Yeah, I've been struggling with that one, to be honest. I've been feeling into the last kind of few days and just nothing's really.
Okay.
Maybe fuck it.
So I'll give you 24 hours to feel into this word. And this word has to encapsulate. So my word for this year, just to give you an idea, is deservingness. So anything outside of anything that I don't feel encapsulates that word. Men, friendships, clients is a fucking hell no from me. It's like next level deservingness in finances, love, like you name it, everything. So see if you can feel into one word that is how you want to feel, right? Like, how do you want to feel? Like, I'm like, fuck this, I fucking deserve next level, right?
I'm just seeing where is it?
God, I love your bedroom.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just seeing that energy of my painting.
What does that painting represent to you?
It's just powerful, man. Like, but it's also beautiful. Like, there's this strong fucking, like, it's not even don't fuck with me. It's like, it's just power. But it's not hard and rigid. It's surrounded by this beautiful, like, energy. And, like, it's almost like strength and vulnerability at the same time. No, that doesn't fit. It's just...
You know what, and this isn't your word, but you know what strength and vulnerability is? It's the divine feminine. It's the divine, wild, rising feminine. I got goosebumps because my shoot was on the divine feminine yesterday. And that's what leading from that space is: vulnerability, flow, but fucking fire and strength and worthiness. So feel into it. See if you can come up with one word. And this is where I want to start getting you a bit more sharper with things, because I know you could go on like, oh, this is that. And I love that about you, right? The woo-woo. But this is where I'm going to be like, okay, that's beautiful and that's amazing, but give me a word that fucking you feel it within your body, right? And so you've got 24 hours. I don't care if you've got to meditate in front of that picture for the next 24 hours to let it land, let it drop, and send it to me as well.
The word fierce is coming to mind.
Okay. Feel into that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just writing this down. So, yeah, so looking at, I guess, what you feel maybe some of your blocks. Oh, my mum's so cute. She just commented on my Insta post, which she never does. Just look down. So looking at, I guess, the blocks, through the coaching, obviously I see blind spots with my clients that I will give you feedback on, because I think that's important, for your mentor to be able to give you that kind of feedback, and things that maybe we can add in, to get you to where you want to be as well. So there was one thing that I noticed on your questionnaire, one thing that really stood out to me, and that was the income you earned last year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was in the coaching. I earned more.
Oh, okay.
But that was just the specific coaching.
So with the coaching, it was like 11,000, wasn't it?
Hang on.
Yeah, it was like 12,000.
Yeah.
And you earned money in other areas, did you say?
Yep.
Yeah. So when we look at, say, this year, and then you wrote, I'm pretty sure you wrote what you wanted to be earning this year. I gotta find it.
I want to pay off my credit cards and have 50 grand in the bank. So 65 grand. Sorry, for this year in total is 150 grand I'd like to earn.
Okay, yeah. 100. So and that's starting from Jan, right? Not the financial year.
No, from Jan.
Okay. Okay. And so that 150K, is that just your coaching or your, consulting, or is that going to be like, give me an update on what's going on with the work stuff, by the way, or is that going to be a mix of everything? Or
it doesn't have to be entirely from the coaching. It can be from any other stream. I applied for that project management job.
Yep.
I've tried to call them, but it's just that time of year when no one's,
Are you looking at other jobs, or was that just because that came up and you felt really aligned with it?
I felt aligned with that one. I'm looking at other project management roles, but I'm just feeling the energy of the ads and like what resonates and what doesn't. I'm not going to just apply for anything.
Yeah.
Like I need to be aligned with it.
Yeah. But you are still, I guess you're still aligned with getting a part-time job? Like, has that shifted since we spoke, or is that still where you're at?
That's still where I'm at. 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And then I don't have to worry about money whilst we go through this process,
And so is there like a date where you'd like to have this job set up, lined up, obviously based on only applying for really aligned roles, but have you thought about, okay, cool, so by this day I would love to have called in that job?
It'd be nice to start by the 14th of January.
Did you say January?
Yep.
Okay. Do you think that's possible? This is where I'm gonna pull you in at times and set realistic goals with you.
Sure.
That's in 10 days, lovely.
Well, if this one moves, then,
Can we set a more expansive timeline? How does that feel? Just a little bit.
1st of February.
Okay, perfect. So let's say by the 1st of February, you're working towards calling in a really aligned 3-day-a-week part-time job that's going to what? How is this job going to serve your life? Talk to me about that.
Well, I actually kind of miss working. Like, it's been such a, since leaving the corporate world for almost 4 years ago, it's been, I don't know, it'd just be really fucking nice to like do something,
Yeah.
That's consistent.
Yes. So I think personally, I think this job, the way I see it supporting you from my view, is consistency in your life. And so that way it's easier to have a bit more structure while not swaying into fucking the day and the weeks and everything molds into one. Yeah. Stability with your finances, which in turn is then what? It's going to make you feel more abundant.
Yeah.
And I guess the final question is getting this part-time job that maybe you don't want to do forever, is that serving your bigger vision?
Fuck yeah.
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 And so that really comes down to doing what it takes.
In what sense?
So if we are really clear on our bigger long-term vision, which I want to do a little bit of work around today, if we are really embodied with what that bigger vision looks like in our life, we will do what it takes, hun. We will go and get a fucking job cleaning toilets. We will get a job 3 days a week. We will go back and do nannying like I've done. We will give up our flat for 3 years and not have to pay rent, right? Like, these are the things that you will do. If your vision is big enough and aligned enough and embodied enough. If it's wishy-washy and you don't see it and you don't know what it is, then you might go, yeah, but nah. Yeah, but nah. Like, I lost count the amount of times in 5 years I looked at Seek and I went to interview for full-time jobs and I couldn't get a fucking job anyway because I became unemployable, I reckon, because it'd been so long, like full-time. But the amount of times my vision just drove me, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What do I need to do? And so what I mean your bigger vision, I mean your bigger vision for your life. And so when I talk bigger vision, I really talk more 3 to 5 years, more so. And so what is Rachel's 3 to 5 year bigger vision? Where is she living? Who is she with? Does she have a family? Is she near the beach? Is she in nature? Does she have kids? Does she have dogs? How does she feel? What's her business look like? I mean, that's what you've got to really tap into and tune into. So I want you to close your eyes and just take a couple of deep breaths. We're just going to do a few minute process around this. And just really tune in to where you are now in your beautiful room. Just had a beautiful swim, feeling grateful. And I want you to just think about the future, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever feels good. No right, no wrong. See if you can get a vision of your everyday life. What are you doing? Who are you with? What does your bank account look like? Where do you live? Are you working for yourself? Do you have an online business? Do you have a treatment room? Like, what does this look like? How do you feel? And I just want you to start sharing in no particular order, anything that comes to your mind. There's no order here.
It's almost like I saw this treatment room that's like a separate kind of like gorgeous little cottage.
Okay.
And it's just, I'm just seeing like it's surrounded by a bit of grass, but then like trees around it as well. Plumerias with frangipanis.
Beautiful.
But I was seeing like this space in Hawaii, and it's just this beautiful retreat space with all these different kind of rooms that are just like one with nature. Kind of like the Bali style, you know how they're like in nature and like bamboo styles, kind of like that, but not bamboo. And I've got a beautiful home. It's kind of, it's close, but it's far away enough so it's not like part of that retreat space.
Yep.
I was just seeing like us eating off the land. Everyone's teeth are really fucking white. Everybody's eyes are really white. Lots of avocados. Oh my god. And just like barter and exchange. You know, I got a mango tree. Somebody's got a lemon tree. We swap. You know, somebody's got chickens. We swap. Like it's just this harmonious like community.
And who are you living there with?
Hopefully my man. I don't know.
Interesting. Hopefully your man.
Yeah, clearly there's a little bit of a block around that.
So
yeah, fuck yeah, my man. This beautiful, beautiful, tall, masculine, strong man.
And how do you feel? Like, how does this space, this waking up every day, wherever this is, we don't need to give it a location, you know, wherever this is, this kind of harmonious community like land living space that you're living in with your ma'am, how does it feel when you wake up every day and you think back to this moment on this coaching session with me about the day that you spoke about this and you're like, oh, fuck, it's fucking here. It's happened.
Like fuck them out of the city. It just feels really light and beautiful and like free, you know?
Are there children? Do you know, are children coming into your picture of life? Like,
yeah, there's children.
Yeah. And what are you doing for work?
It's more face-to-face than the Zoom. Like it feels like it's more like 80-20.
Yep.
80 face-to-face and like 20 on the Zoom thing.
Yep.
But I'm just seeing people in the treatment room and just helping them like calm their nervous system and just calm their like being and come back into like attunement, alignment with like who they are and what they want, you know.
So would you say you're living your purpose? Do you feel aligned in what you're doing?
Yeah, it just feels like there's just no stress. It's just like everybody's fucking free to be who they want to be, whilst obviously respecting other people, you know, but it's just like there's no drama. It's just like fucking love, you know, and just truth on like I feel like I'm spitting out fucking spiritual words. It just, I can't find the word. It just feels joyous. So joyous.
I can feel that vibration as you're saying it.
It's almost like that childlike joy where you don't give a fuck about anything. You're just building the sandcastle, then you destroy the sandcastle, then you're like, you know, then you're like, oh, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna go eat. You're just like so present in the moment that like nothing else fucking matters but that moment.
And are you financially free at this point, or like how does that look?
Yeah, it's like I don't want to say I own the land because it just feels like ownership. It's like I'm not indebted to the land. It's like I've been gifted this piece of, I mean, gifted. I'm a I can't even think of the word. It's like the land.
How do you feel financially at this point in your life?
Oh, just no worries, mate.
Yep. No worries. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can take 2 weeks.
Yes.
You can take 2 weeks off if you want. You can take a month off. You can not take clients for a few months. So you've got the choices, right?
Yeah. It's just I'm free to do whatever I want, when I want, how I want. And there's no like, oh, like having to stress or get resourceful or fucking, it's just like, oh, I feel to do this. I'm gonna go do that.
Beautiful. So I just want you to take another minute just to sit with that, feeling that, taking a couple of deep breaths, and then coming back into the room or into your body.
I saw my friend Lee there as well.
Oh, did you? Beautiful.
Oh, these are my babies. They're gonna be friends. I saw her overlooking the water as well.
Beautiful. So just coming back, opening your eyes when you're ready. How often do you tap into that vision?
No, never. I haven't really, yeah. I guess I've kind of created it a couple of years ago, but no, I don't tap into it.
So here's the thing about something like a bigger vision. We don't always end up in the exact scenario, right? So you might have this vision of Hawaii, but you might end up somewhere else. But it's about the feeling, and it's about tapping into the feelings of it every single day. And to get to that big vision is going to require big moves and bold moves. And it's going to require some strategy, and it's going to require some consistency. It's going to require you to do a lot of uncomfortable things along the way. And so it's really losing the attachment to that vision, right? It's losing the attachment, but still tapping into it, but the feelings of it. Like, how the fuck would you feel every day waking up with that man by your side in this place on the land? Like, oh, that kind of feeling.
Ravage me.
Exactly. Demolish, ravage, whatever the words you want to use. So I'm not going to go into the hopefully your man today, because that's a whole new ball game that we're going to dive into, but that's a definite thing that needs to be looked at. And that's a lack of belief. You don't actually believe it's possible, so you're too scared to believe it's possible because you've had proof it's not, right? Which is something that we can do some work around. So the reason I wanted you to tap into this vision is because I want you tapping into that every single day. I don't care if you're fucking walking to the beach, sitting in that chair, waking up in the morning. I don't care where it is or what time, but it's a minimum of 10 minutes every day I call it the big vision visualization. And so you don't have to sit there, you don't have to sit there. It's not like that. It's really you just getting into that almost daydreaming state, which I know you're good at doing, and really, really feeling it and tapping into it. Because when the moments come where you're like, oh my God, this isn't working, nothing's happening. The client said, no, the money's not coming. The man just broke up with me or whatever. It's coming back to that bigger vision. And so then your breakdown, if you want to call it, becomes less and less and less. And then you bounce back quicker. And so you're not wasting the time as such. Obviously, you get to be in whatever comes through, right? Whatever comes through. But I feel like with you go really good, then you go down, then you go good, then you go down, and you go into these friggin' deep processes, right?
Huge, yeah.
And so that is going to hinder you taking the action steps, because you need to take action steps. It's not just about visualization. That's one part to get to that bigger vision. And so I feel like there could be sometimes with you that missing link where you can dream it, you can feel it, you can think it, but the actual process and the steps could get a little bit lost. Does that make sense?
Total sense, yeah.
Yeah. And so my job is to try and keep you on track while still allowing you to fucking visualize the hell out of whatever it is that you want, kind of thing, right? And so talk to me just quickly a little bit about what do you do on a daily basis that's a ritual for you? Do you do the same thing every day? That is a really?
No.
So you don't have a ritual practice or a self-sitting practice, I call it?
No, I just kind of do what I feel day to day, which isn't working.
I get the impression you're a bit like me and you don't really like too much structure, or you get a bit, yeah. And so when I mean, my spiritual coach has really helped me a lot with this, because I was like, oh, I don't want to do the same thing. So when I mean, I prefer to call it a self-sitting practice, where every single day I show the fuck up for myself. And so that might mean my shower ritual with my essential oils, and might be some self-pleasure with my wands that night. It might be yesterday I was journaling because I felt like journaling. It could be my dance, but every single day I take time to quiet my mind and to self-sit with myself. Regardless of what's going on, regardless of if I've made 50K that day, 10K that day, $5 that day, regardless if I feel elevated, going on a date, little things like that, right? And so it's not about doing the same thing at the same time every day. It's not about that. It's the energy of showing up for yourself, which in turn creates consistency in your life.
And would you say,
sorry?
Would you say like doing an hour each day, or?
I mean, that's a lot. Some days I literally will do 20 minutes. But it's the intention around it, around the energy of it, and asking yourself at the end of the day, did I show up for myself today? Whether it's 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, it doesn't matter, but it's, did I show up for me? Because the universe wants you to show up for you before they start bringing other people in to show up for you.
Sure. Yeah. Like, for example, going to the beach today, I had like an hour or so there, and I was just like, I was actually there with myself. And it was beautiful.
Yeah. And so was it quite intentional where you're like, okay, this is an hour where I'm going to show up for myself and I'm going to see what comes through?
It wasn't intentional, but I was in my room. I was like, I just need to get to the beach. And then it was almost like when I got there, I put my phone on silent.
Beautiful.
And I mean, I did kind of look at it a couple times, but for the most part, I was just present with myself, and I was aware of how I was feeling, and like, I could feel stuff in my brain. I was like, okay, let's soften that. And I was doing some energy work on myself. So it was very
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not about what you're doing or how long you're doing for it, because I'm not going to tell my clients to journal every day or meditate every day. That's just not what you need to do, right? You don't need a fucking 5-hour morning fucking magic, whatever they call it, right? It's the energy of just creating that consistency within yourself. And going, shit, I've got so much to do today, or I'm feeling stressed, but I'm going to create an hour or 30 minutes of no distraction and downtime with me to do some self-inquiry. And it sounds really easy, but it's not, because when you get caught up in life, you're just like, nah, I don't have time. I just need to grab a drink 1 second. Sorry. So I always ask my clients when I start coaching that question about what they're doing, because I'll really ask you probably most sessions, like, how is yours? And let's call it a self-sitting practice, because it probably might feel better. How's your self-sitting practice going?
So it's kind of like, even if you're just drinking a fucking cup of tea, say, for example, you're just there in the kind of like how we show up for our clients.
Yeah.
It's like showing up for ourselves like that.
Yep, exactly. So I've got 20 minutes. I'm going to make myself a beautiful cup of tea, whatever. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to pull some oracle cards.
Yep.
I'm going to sit down and I'm going to think about my word for 2021. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to really just tune into what's coming up for me and what wants to come through.
So almost like a mini session for me.
Yeah. Because you're really good at doing action tasks when I give them to you, right? You're like, yeah, fucking in the masculine, get it done, let's go, right? Tick that box, and that's because of what you do, and that's great. But it's just as important, if not more, to create this self-sitting practice with yourself. Because that's where the really important things will come through, and they'll be birthed. And so another thing I really want you to try and get into the habit of doing as we're coaching is, when you get your ideas, and this is why I really want to know your human design, when you get your Rachel ideas, because we know you get lots of them, is just letting them move through you for a while.
Yeah.
Because not every idea we need to run with, not saying that you do, but letting your ideas come and then letting them kind of go through a process of, yeah, this is great, but I don't think it's going to align with my bigger vision, or it's not for me anymore.
It's almost like the cat with the shiny object. You
suffer from shiny object syndrome, babe.
I do.
And so it's creating the awareness around it. When it comes, you're like, oh, interesting, shiny object again. Thank you. Oh, interesting. I just message me and go, I've had 5 shiny object moments today, and laugh about it, right? And so it's great, but it's also very distracting from your bigger purpose.
Yep.
And so where I want to go from this little part, obviously talking about the rituals, which I think you understand exactly what the intention and energy is behind that now, is I want to move a little bit more into a bit more of a strategic side in the session, and get a really fucking good understanding of what it is you want to, who are you helping this year? And another thing I really would love to see over the next week is you to really clean up your Facebook page and to make it crystal clear, because I just don't think it's crystal clear enough of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So are you a coach or a consultant? And is there any reason why you're not using the word coach?
This is where I get stuck.
So in your Instagram, it says, I'm a leadership coach, but on your Facebook, it's very wishy-washy.
Mm-hmm.
You've just switched into like this work mode, haven't you?
No, I need to sit up.
So we need to get your Instagram and Facebook aligned. That's kind of what I'm trying to say.
Or I just need to get fucking aligned.
Yeah. And Hannah, you can change later, right? Like don't get so caught up in the, oh my God, this is what what I have to do. But it's about right now, who are you and how are you helping people? And this is where we need to get you crystal clear so that when you start putting your content out, and I notice you haven't posted on Instagram since the 16th of December, but obviously it's been Christmas and that, so I'll give you a bit of leeway for now, so that once we know roughly what it is you are, who you are, then we can create obviously the strategy or the plan around marketing, branding, all those kind of things, right? Because what's the point of me saying, okay, we're just going to do videos for a week or 2 weeks or whatever, but what are you doing videos on? So talk to me about why this feels really hard for you.
It's been the thing for the last 5 fucking years and I'm just over it. It's just like...
Let's go deeper. Why has it been that thing for the last 5 years?
It's interesting. I'm kind of like, I always knew I wanted to travel the world. And I didn't leave till I was 26, you know. But if I had left any sooner, the world would literally just chewed me. I'd probably be one of those chicks in the newspaper, like ended up dead on a beach somewhere, you know.
Thank God you didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
37.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like when I drop in, it feels really peaceful. But there's just like this.
So how does the word coach or mentor feel for you? I
don't know. I avoid people telling it.
You avoid telling people that?
Yeah, it's just.
So do you know the difference between the two?
No, I'm going to say no. I do, but I can't think of the words.
So, and it's not really about the title. It's about getting you embodied, because I feel like you're holding on to the old Rachel and what you were and what you were capable of. And it's really about getting you embodied into what you want to become. which is also how to market yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So if you were to call yourself a coach, so a lot of people, coach is very marketable, right? And so if you look at my Instagram and that, it says mentor, but I think one of my back things says coach because it's from a while ago. So a coach is really someone that is going to help you to hold you accountable. It's someone going to help you build your goals. It's someone that's going to like call you forward. Like a coach is not necessarily embodied in what they're teaching and they haven't necessarily walked the path.
Mm-hmm.
A mentor is a coach basically, plus a mentor has walked the personal path of what they're teaching. So they're embodied. So everything I'm teaching you or talking about, I've been through, I've walked, and I'm out the other side.
Okay.
So a coach isn't necessarily had that life experience. They might just be studied in NLP or, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say coach because it's very marketable. But I use the word coach and mentor. I kind of mix them up, but I would consider myself a mentor.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, example, I want to be a relationship mentor at some point, but I wouldn't do that until I felt I was really embodied in helping other women call in their conscious men, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you've got something like what you are kind of, I feel like you're kind of you're kind of identifying as like a consultant to a degree. Does that make sense?
Like, you know, my past experience has been like getting into the trenches and digging the fucking holes. I don't want to dig the holes anymore. I want to show people, like instruct people how to dig the holes, you know?
Yeah. So if you're going to market yourself, and this is a part of running a business, you know, we got to leave the woo-woo stuff behind and talk about this. If you're more of a consultant, then I feel like you're going to have to go more for the businesses, right?
Sure.
Where if you want to be working with individual leaders and visionaries.
Yes.
So I feel like the word visionaries and leaders could be powerful in your embodiment of what it is, then I feel like I'm feeling called to say that we just need to clean up your titles a bit, to be honest, so people know who the fuck you are.
Yeah. And then you own it and stop being afraid of it.
Exactly. So my understanding is you want to work with individuals, right?
Yeah.
So more like high ticket stuff, because we won't get into it today, but we'll revisit your packages and stuff. And so on your Instagram, it's got Rachel, how do you say your surname? Clissold?
Clissold.
Clissold. Public figure, that's fine. I think mine says public figure. You can put coach. I'm a leadership coach. Now, I don't really understand or get, that doesn't grab me.
Mm-hmm.
So feeling into maybe whether like something like a leadership, would you say you're a business coach or not?
Oh, like yeah, help people bring their visions to life.
So just close your eyes. I'm just going to throw a few things out. And like I said, this is not, so leadership and business mentor, leadership and business coach.
That feels better.
Leadership and business coach.
Yeah.
I support leaders and visionaries to gain clarity and bring their epic projects or epic businesses to life. Or I feel like we need to expand on that a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So your typical client is someone that is going to be a leader in their field. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And so when we talk about a leader in their field, is there a particular field that they're leading in, or is it just?
No, it's just whoever I really align with their vision.
Yeah.
But again, that feels too wishy-washy.
In what way?
In the sense of like, does it need to be a specific like field, or it can just be leaders in their field?
Well, this is, I guess, where we need to dive a little bit deeper, right? So 80% of my clients are coaches. It just turns out like that. But I got 3 clients that are in service-based things. But I don't say coach on. I don't say I help spiritual coaches. I don't say that because I don't want to limit myself too much.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I say I help women to be seen in their power and truth and authenticity by creating a business of income, and alignment, right? And if the women that I am calling in don't understand that, I don't want to work with them.
Sure. Yeah.
Because if you don't understand what that means, then we're probably not a good fit.
Yeah, exactly.
So understand and know that whatever you come up with or whatever you download or step into, the right people will be attracted if you resonate with it.
Mm-hmm. If I resonate with it.
Yeah. If you can feel it, like I fucking feel like a spiritual business coach, right? I tell people that don't know me I say I'm a spiritual business coach, and they go like that. And they look at me and I'm like, I couldn't care less, mate, because my clients know what a spiritual business coach is. Like I'm so embodied in my spirit that I'm a spiritual business mentor because I know what the fuck it is. So until you really feel into who you are helping and showing up and all of that, then no one else is going to really come in. You might get wishy-washy people coming in and out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it's almost like it's that painting and I'm just fucking scared of it.
What are you scared of? You're a powerful, powerful leader. You can help people with... Tell me how you can help people.
I can help them fucking change their life and step into their power and stop with the fucking bullshit story that they keep telling themselves. Like, fucking go for the life that they want and stop settling for fucking shit and stop allowing people to like push them around and like bully them into fucking a life that I don't actually want, and stand up and say, no, this is what I fucking want.
Who does that sound like?
Is that me?
So I'm asking you, who does that potentially sound like it could have been or is stepping out of? Because obviously you're stepping into the next level, Rachel, now, right? Yeah. And so to me, that's a mentor. Personally, but that's just my perception of it, right? And the fucking putting coach or mentor on there's not going to make or break it, but you embodying and understanding what it is and who you are is going to make or break it. Mm-hmm. So now that you're stepping in to the next level of what you've just described, because you said at the beginning, I'm sick of this shit. I'm fucking done with this. Mm-hmm. You want to get those people that are kind of behind you, right? Yeah. Well, some of them might be, where you're at, but generally you're a little bit ahead. Yeah. And so what is stopping you from using all your fucking pain, all the shit that you've experienced in the last 5 years and sharing that in your messaging, knowing that you are moving to that next level? So sharing the stuff you've fucking gone through in the last 5 years, sharing the stuff that you've embodied, sharing the stuff that you've learned, but with really, really, really specific call to actions at the end of your post, which we'll talk about on your next session as well. And I'll probably do some voice noting. And feeling into that next level. Like who is that next level?
Like me or them?
You.
Again, I keep bringing the travel analogy back in because that's what I've been doing the last 10 years. And it's just
what do you mean, the travel analogy?
In the sense of it took so much courage to do that, you know. It took me so many years to get to that. But now it's like this is the new travel. That's why I keep bringing it in, because I did that, and now it's like this is my time to shine and share with the world who I am.
And what are you afraid of?
I don't know. It's just surface level bullshit. Like down in here, it's calm and peaceful.
Okay, so stay the same. Stay where you are. That's okay. You can live your life the way you are now, hun. It's not a big, you're alive, you're happy, you're healthy. It's great. But you've got to ask yourself whether you want to stay the same and, you know, go through the same cycles and patterns, or whether you want to expand yourself into what you're put here to do. And that is to be a leader and to help other leaders to step into their visions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to require you to be seen consistently, and not, oh, there's Rachel. God, that was a good video she posted. Oh, bang, 3 weeks later, there she goes again. What is she actually doing? Who is she? Who does she help? Oh, I don't understand. Oh, but okay, cool. Yeah, there she goes. And to mean business. And it doesn't mean to be in your masculine. And you don't have to go out there and you don't have to fucking scream, you know, I'm here, even though, you know, that's kind of part of what I am and who I am, but that's me. That doesn't need to be you, right? But I know you've got that side in there because I've seen some of your posts and I'm like, fucking there she is, right? So it's having the edge, but also the divine feminine in her power is fucking powerful.
Yeah. Really powerful.
And so I really want you to try and call upon your own personal journey when you are sharing content and sharing videos and, you know, marketing yourself moving forward and getting fucking serious about the fact that you want to make 150K from your own business, your mentoring, your coaching, whatever it is. And landing at some kind of a description right for where you are now, and just landing at it and fucking feeling that. I know when I first said I was a spiritual business coach, I wanted to vomit for so long because I was a self-love coach. And I was like, who the fuck do I think I am going from a self-love coach to a bloody business coach?
Mm-hmm.
It was really uncomfortable for me. Took me months to really, really own that I was a business coach, I guess you could say.
I guess it's just, I want to see people happy. I want to see people do what they fucking love. And it's funny, I got Ibiza here. You know, like fucking, I get people into places people can't fucking get into. You know, when I was living in Ibiza, I was in, I don't know if you've been there, like Spaces, this massive ass fucking club. And I met this gorgeous, like 18-year-old. He was in a wheelchair and he was with his brother. And I was just like, can he walk? And he's like, I would give him anything to walk. So I took it upon myself to give him the best fucking night he's ever had. I was dancing him around. I was like, right, you're getting into fucking VIP. So we had to walk from the back of the club to the front of the club through thousands of people. And I'm like, everybody out of the way, VIP coming through. Everyone's like partying like the fucking sea to let this beautiful 18-year-old through. And we get to stairs. I'm like, right, you. And I recruited people to lift him up. And we get to the backstage, finally get to the backstage where the security guard is. I'm like, I'm not coming in, but you're letting these two guys in.
There goes the bad bitch there, right there.
That's what I fucking do.
You make it happen.
I part fucking thousands of people to let this beautiful fucking 18-year-old through to the VIP to have this best night of his fucking life.
So I support, guide, help. One of those three words, feel into. So Rachel, a leadership and business coach, right? I'm just going to throw this out. Mm-hmm. I want you to change I'm a and just have leadership and business coach or whatever resonates. I support visionaries to gain clarity and bring their epic businesses to life with, or you not with, by something, something, something. What's your superpower?
I help make the impossible possible. I help them to like be bold and badass and like not
so that's the little bit at the end which we need to encompass in your marketing so that people know how you're doing it.
Oh, how I do it specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is just for, let's just say we're talking about your bios right now, right? And so I support visionaries to gain clarity and bring their epic businesses, I would say businesses, to life personally. By what? What is your superpower?
I see through their bullshit story and I help them bring in, like, you know, kind of like you did with me earlier. I said a word and you're like, let's go back to that. It's like, I can see when they're...
By calling them forward, by seeing, you know, by calling them forward, by, I don't know, I've got to think about it, but
it's like I see their highest, truest potential.
Yeah.
And I see the mask that's standing in the way of it. And I help them see themselves and their potential.
By calling them into their highest potential, or there's something that we've got to get at the end of this, so that when someone looks at this kind of thing, or they're watching your videos, or they're starting to see your consistent content come out, they're like, fuck, I need to be called out on my fucking goddamn bullshit. So it's like when someone looks at my Instagram, right? The women that are hiding, they see the seen part. If you look at my Instagram, it's got seen in big capitals. And so the women that know that they're not being seen, they will be attracted to that because they're like, fuck, I need to be seen more in my truth and power. You're an exact example of that. You're not being seen in your truth and power.
So I guess with my clients, they're standing on the edge and they're actually ready to jump. They just need support to like, go, you can do it. You know, I'm not gonna fucking push them. It's like they're ready to step into that power.
Yeah.
But they just need that support to like cheerlead them on, so to speak, to like help them keep focused, help them keep like, okay, this is what we need to do. This is what we're like, oh, hang on a minute, like, and keep them into alignment of what's actually true for them.
By keeping them in alignment with their highest potential, or keeping them in alignment with, like, this is something I need you to play around with and send to me and I can help you. But I really feel like the more we can get this done and like crystal fucking clear and you feeling fuck yeah, the more it's going to shift things for you.
Yeah.
Because it's an energy, hun. It's an energy. And I still feel there's been a bit of wishy-washiness with what you are and what you do.
Like now?
No, not now. I feel like we're getting more and more clearer.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's still bridging the gap a little bit more to get you really crystal clear on who it is you're helping and what it is you're doing in order to then be delivering the content that's going to be attracting those people.
Yeah, I help the people that are ready to bring their visions to life.
Yeah.
Stop playing it small. But they're actually ready now, you know.
So you could say, I support visionaries and leaders, or you could just say I support visionaries to gain clarity and bring their epic. You can't really say visions because it's too it's too many visions.
Mm-hmm.
To bring their epic. I think projects is too, to be honest, projects is too consulting like if I saw that, I wouldn't resonate with the word projects. I would resonate with the word vision or business.
Sure.
So actually you could say I support leaders. Oh my God, I think I've got it. So leadership and business mentor, right? Title. Let's just work with this. Rachel, leadership and business mentor, coach, whatever you resonate with. I support leaders to gain clarity and bring their visions to life by calling them into their highest potential, or by calling them forward. That little part at the end. Mm-hmm. I support leaders to gain clarity and bring their epic visions to life by calling them blah, 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 blah. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because you want the people that have big visions, right?
Fuck yes.
So if people see the word leaders and visions mm-hmm. in the same sentence, they're going to know that you can help them. I have a vision. I want to be a leader, but I don't know how the fuck to make it happen because I'm fucking just caught up in the vision. They don't know how to do it, hun. They don't know this is where you come into it.
Yeah.
So you want these people to see the word, you know, these key words. Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah, I want to be a leader. Fuck, I've got a vision to change the world. Fuck, I've got a vision to do whatever the fuck they want to do, right? And I need someone to call me forward to help me to make it happen. Mm-hmm. So I don't give a shit if their vision is what their fucking vision is, but their vision is to make some impact in the world, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Huge impact. Well, just, yeah, impact. Huge impact in the world. Because that's been my vision since I've been a child. I've actually known in my fucking heart and soul that I'm here to change the world. But I can't do it alone. It's almost like I need my little minions. I'm like, here, you go do it. That ripples out.
So how did that feel? One sec. How did that feel saying that? You're right, Panda? Yeah. How did that feel?
What's that? What part?
That little snapshot of your new bios, I guess.
I like leadership and business mentor. It feels strong. It feels grounded. It feels like it's not woo-woo.
Yeah.
And I love that it's mentor because I've actually been through it. You know, I've been doing this for 20 fucking years. So I know what I'm doing. Support leaders to gain clarity and bring their epic visions to life by calling them into their highest potential.
How does that feel?
Feels like it needs a bit more boldy punch. Like it,
calling them forward.
It needs this energy.
By calling them forward to claim what's theirs, or by calling them forward to claim what's theirs, by calling them forward into their highest potential, by calling them forward.
It's almost like when, like that story that I just shared you with the Ibiza dude, and it was just like, he had no choice. It was just like, this is fucking happening, you know? It's just like.
So what kind of energy did that have for you?
That had like just certainty. It had boldness. It had fucking like like, move, everybody. This guy needs this. Well, he doesn't need it. Move. This is happening. Like, it was fucking ballsy.
So
and fun, but it was fun as well.
So that's what you want to encompass in your purpose, hun.
You wrote all that down? I guess we got the recording. Yeah. So it's like, I want to bring that bold fucking move mountains, cheeky, fun, lighthearted playfulness energy.
Yep.
It's just like, let's fucking do this.
Bring their epic visions to life. I think I'm gonna leave that for you to finish off that end bit. Mm-hmm. Can you do that?
I do work better when I bounce off people.
Okay.
But...
by calling them forward. No, we didn't say calling them forward, did we? I support leaders to gain clarity and bring their epic visions to life. With fierce determination.
Ooh.
And
calling them into their power.
Yeah, by calling them into their power. By calling them into their own. By calling them into their own boldness? No. By calling them into their own power and fierce determination.
Support leaders to gain clarity and bring their epic visions to life with first fierce determination. It's not flowing.
Bring their epic visions to life. I think by calling them forward is good. By calling them forward. By calling them forward.
Or by empowering them into their fierce.
Oh, hang on, I like that. By empowering them
into their fierce
energy. Into their fierce.
I'm just going to spit out words. Truth, embodiment, power, ferociousness, fucking courage. I'm
going to write this down. I support leaders to gain clarity I support leaders to gain clarity and bring their epic visions to life by empowering them to step forward. No?
No.
Okay.
To own their.
By empowering them to own all of them? No, by empowering them. By empowering them to dream big? No. No.
Empower their bold nature?
Nah. By empowering them. By empowering them. No, by giving them permission. No, by giving them permission Isn't that kind of what you do to a degree? No.
I support leaders to gain clarity and bring their epic visions to life by empowering them to own it.
By empowering them to own, not it, but by empowering them to own. By empowering them to own, by empowering them to, by empowering, oh my God, I think by empowering them to take the leap. No, by empowering them to take the leap.
It's like this energy with painting. It's like that. It just is. It's that kind of like you're trying to talk me through that today. It's like that embodiment. It's that. It's like you don't even need to tell this thing what to do. It just is.
Yeah.
You know, it's fierce. It's embodiment. It's beauty. It's power. It's.
By empowering them into their highest truth. By empowering them into their highest truth, by empowering them into their highest potential. I don't mind that.
It's almost like it needs to be more grounded than potential. It's like bringing that into them. It's like story, bullshit, blah, blah, blah. And then clearing that. So then they can bring that to fruition. So they can get rid of that and then bring this into life.
Okay, then so you do it by releasing old stories, no? By releasing the old and bringing in the new. Not strong enough?
No.
Okay. So
by empowering them to stop bullshitting themselves. And
no, don't. By empowering them to cut the BS.
Yeah.
And step in to their fierceness. Maybe. I wouldn't say bullshit. I would say BS.
Yeah. To cut the BS. Stop playing it small. It's too wordy.
Yeah, you won't fit all of that in. By empowering them, or you could say by empowering them to stop playing small. No, what you had before was the best one. To cut the BS.
Yeah.
And lean in. No, cut the BS and embody their fierce nature.
It's like I'm showing people the last 10 years of my life of like fucking just booking a ticket, going, jumping on a plane, doing the thing, parting the crowds, like just doing it. It's just like having the balls and just parting the crowd.
Well, I'm going to give you that as the, I feel like maybe once you get that word, it might come together. So play around with those scenarios. I think, to be honest, I think this is the best that I feel like we've come up with, that you've kind of stepped into. Mm-hmm. Just because I've got 10 minutes before I have to actually get onto another call, because time goes so fast. So I just want to recap what we're working through now. Yeah, your actions, because I know that you're good with that. So your Facebook and Insta bio, I want updated as soon as we finish this, and I want them exactly the same. Although Facebook, you can't fit as many characters, so you might have to alter it. Sure. So do Instagram first, and then go in and change your Facebook. Yeah? And the sooner the better. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to change your Facebook profile to a picture of you, like straight on, looking like fierce. Mm-hmm. See that one? Like front on?
Yeah.
And figure out how you can get some kind of backing cover that's more aligned with your message. Mm-hmm. So you can create them on Canva, hun. I mean, you know how to do all of that.
Yeah.
With your new tagline.
So is the tagline what we've just created here?
Yeah. So see mine right now. It's just got, have a look at mine, but mine just says spiritual business coach. Mm-hmm. And then it says monetize your magic. Now that's going to change next week when I officially launch my program. So on the Facebook back, you've either got to have whatever it is you're selling at the time, or just some standard kind of Facebook cover like I've got now, which people know and understand what you do.
Yeah.
So I think for you for now, it's better to have kind of more of a generic thing. Mm-hmm. And so it could say leadership and business mentor on it. It could have your tagline, right? It's where you've got to get creative when you're creating this, but something that matches the energy of who you are, because that picture doesn't match. It doesn't tell me what the fuck you do. It just tells me you like nature.
Gotcha.
But it's not telling me when I look at your profile who you are or what you do. And then your bio, obviously you need to update that with once you've done Instagram. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So these little action tasks, are really big energetic shifts. I know they may sound really simple and you're like, oh, changing my bio, changing my picture. They create big energetic shifts because you start to fucking be that person. You start to embody that person, and then you start to call in that tribe. But it's got to be in branding alignment as well, right? Because we're running a business. We're not running a charity. We're not running, we're running a business where you get to make money mentoring business and leaders. And so own it. Brand yourself. Fucking put your fucking title on there about who you are. Because you're serious now. You mean business. It's not a hobby. This is a serious thing you're doing.
Yeah.
You're not earning 12 grand from this year. You're earning 150K. So who the fuck does Rachel have to be to earn that 150K? She's got to step up and step in and own who she is. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, branding, marketing, sales, all of it. So how long do you think you need to do those few things?
Let's say 24 hours.
And to change the back cover?
Yeah.
Okay. So moving forward, I've got your soul work. Update your Facebook and Insta bios. Amend the Facebook one because of the characters, and change your Facebook cover to suit the bio more, and your profile picture to have a really strong one of you looking straight ahead. Even that one of you in the white suit, that's like a bit further back.
The one on Instagram?
Yeah. Yeah. And, even when you change your Facebook cover, you can write anything like fucking let's go 2021, or, are you ready to step in, or something like that, right? Like write a post, which is you fucking owning it. People will not work with you until you've owned who you are. You'll just get wishy-washy people, because if you don't believe it, they sure as hell aren't going to believe it.
Yeah.
Check out, do a little bit of research about human design. See if you can just even find out what your basic profile is. That would be really helpful for me. Lean into your word, like what is that word? You can, in the next 24 to 48 hours, so that I know that word, because we're going to be using that word constantly in your coaching. I'm going to be bringing you back to that word. You bring me up and you go, oh my God, the guy said, or they said they were going to work with me and then they ghosted, or I don't know, whatever happens. And the other thing, creating the awareness around the shiny object syndrome. And that's just you to really be a private investigator, just to be like, oh, there's a shiny object again. Cool. You get clear on it is, and then you're like, oh, maybe I'll help this person, or maybe I'll help this person. Oh, maybe I'll call myself this. No. Come back to the vision, come back to the title, come back to what we've worked on today. Okay. So just creating the awareness around that. You don't need to do anything with that. You just need to be like, oh, there she goes again. Give me a funny voice note. Oh, the shiny objects. And the other thing is, every time Rachel, the woo-woo, beautiful little hippie, wants to get swayed by the wrong energy and the drama, asking yourself, is this going to serve me? Is this serving the long-term vision? Even with guys, hun.
Yeah.
Cool. Is this man wants a relationship and it was going to put me in play and fun. So I'm going to go because that's going to serve my bigger vision of having this man at, in 3 years. Or this guy's being a dick and I'm bored and he's asked me out. Oh, okay. Is this going to serve my long-term vision? Mm-hmm. Or, hey, Rachel, do you want to come away for 5 days as a group of us? And you're like, knowing there could be drama, knowing there could be that energy. Thank you, but no thanks. But I'm just really focused on my business at the moment.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then the self-sitting, obviously, practice is just a daily, So once you voice noted me, or can you voice note on Signal?
Yes.
So once you've sent through in the next 24 hours or 48 hours, you'll send me before you change it, I want you to send me the actual wording of the bio and I'll just have a look.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cover.
Sorry, do you mean you want me to send it to you now or send it to you once I've made the changes and then?
What? No, before you make the changes.
So what we've currently got now?
If that's what you're changing it with, are you happy with that?
No, it's not finalized.
Yeah, when it's finalized.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
So when it's landed for you and you're like, yeah, this feels fucking good for now, send it to me. And then I'll just have a look, see if there's any feedback, probably not. And then you can go in and change your Insta. Make sure you take off, I'm a leadership coach. It just needs to say leadership and business coach.
Okay.
Fucking put a fucking fierce bloody fire emoji or bomb emoji or whatever it is that you resonate with. Mm-hmm. And then your word. Once we've done that, then I'll feel into some action tasks that I'll give you to actually start working with online.
Cool.
But I'm not going to do that now until we finish that, because I might be like, okay, cool, create 2 videos in the next week.
Sure. Or
write 2 posts that are really vulnerable about your journey. And I want you to write a post and I want you to fucking own who you are. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to do that until we've got this cemented and you're embodied, at least feeling embodied or starting to feel embodied, because this is going to grow, right? You're going to be like owning this more and more and more as you move along. You're going to be getting on course going, yeah, I'm a leadership and business coach. I help you bring your vision to life, blah, 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 blah.
Bitch.
Because you've got a call this week, don't you?
No, I woke up this morning and he cancelled it.
That's okay, not the right person.
Yeah.
Not surprised. He's going to waste your time. We don't want time wasters. The new Rachel doesn't do time wasters.
Mm.
I don't care if it's a sales call and they're a time waster. We don't do it.
Okay.
So contact me in the next 24 hours. I've got 3 minutes to jump off and then jump onto another call.
Thank you.
So you're going to message me on Signal, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Oh, big session.
Huge session. Thank you.
I look forward to seeing the final touches on your bio and your word.
Thank you, darling.
I don't care if you have to sit there for the next 24 hours, but I want this sent to me in 24 hours.
Okay.
And not just for the sake of it, but because you actually really land with this. So I don't care if it's in 24 hours or if it's 23 hours. Don't just tick it off the list. Like, really feel into this.
Yeah.
And if you're stuck, send me a message. All right, gotta run. Love you.
Love you.
Bye. See ya.